Okay. I think we are live now. The students should be able to see us.
Okay, sorry.
No,
Put
you're all
myself
right.
on mute. Are you in Texas too?
Yeah, I live in Addison, actually.
Oh, okay, that's actually, I live in Farmers Branch.
Oh, really? We are really close, yes.
So I live quite literally right across from Galleria Mall.
Oh, we're pretty
So
close, yeah.
yeah, we are pretty close. I'm always in Addison. The food is so good.
Oh, yeah, yes. Yeah, I live in this park. Do you know this Petruvian Park, which has like a lot of Christmas light?
That sounds familiar. So we just moved here
Oh, really?
um just last year,
I
July.
see. Yeah, I
Hmm.
also recently moved here. I used to live in
Okay.
North Irving, and I recently moved to Addison. It's really good here.
Okay.
Yes. I think few of the students are watching us. I wanted to ask our student if you guys can hear us well. Please can you guys let us know if you guys can hear us well. Okay. I think we have quite a few students right now. Few more might be joining soon.
Okay. Well, hi everyone. Thank you for joining.
Yes. Okay, so if you are watching this webinar, please feel free to ask the question. We're gonna answer your question at the end of webinar. We do have really good presentation today. I think this is really good presentation we did last year too. A lot of the students like this presentation. So, if you have any friends who might be interested in applying to the one of the university in Texas or University of North Texas, please feel free to share this webinar with them. So, I think we'll get started now. Hello everyone. Thank you for joining this webinar. We are back today with a webinar regarding the study in the Texas. So, I'm gonna go through quick about our company, how we get started. We started back in 2016. It started as a Facebook group. Now we are more trying to convert ourselves to the online portal to apply for the US universities. And what we do is we do help students for students that are trying to apply to USA. We do different webinar sessions to provide the information regarding different universities, things you should know before coming to the US. We do help for the university application, visa processing. If you get your visa, we do also help with travel preparation and pre-arrival orientation. At the same time, when you are enrolled at the US university, we kind of provide supports to support different support to the student as well. So if you are interested to applying through ISN, all you need to do is fill out a form. So we do have two different forms, grad.isnstudy.com for the graduate student or PhD student or even for the transfer students. And for the bachelor student, you need to fill out form uz.isnstudy.com. You can also sign up for our webinar. We do send out really good information. You can sign up for our webinar at newsletter at isnstudy.com. So at the moment, if you are attending this webinar, we do have few offers for you. We're gonna waive application fee if you are applying to University of North Texas. Just to clear, UNT does not offer any application fee waiver. This is sponsored by ISN, so make sure you do not email university asking for the application fee waiver. Unfortunately, they don't waive any application fee. And then we also have external scholarship of $500 if you have already submitted application through ISN, or if you have already submitted application on your own. Feel free to fill out our form scholarships.isnstudy.com. And also, this scholarship is sponsored by us. This will show up as an external award in your student portal. So make sure you do not email financial aid asking about ISN scholarship. So we do have Courtney Cannon from University of North Texas today. She is really good presenter. She has been super helpful to help our students. And with that being said, I'll pass it to her.
All right. Well, hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. My name is Courtney Cannon. I am the international recruiter here at the University of North Texas, or UNT, and very excited today to talk more about studying in Texas. Um, and just studying in the United States in general. So next slide, please. I would first, of course, like to give a special shout out to Nishal and the International Study Network, ISN. They have helped us so much really chat with students, knowing about those good programs, all that good information. So thank you again, Nishal, for having us today.
Yeah, of course.
So when you look at the night sky of the United States, what you see is a lot of really bright shining stars. So those are actually going to be where your major cities are located. So of course, on the East Coast, you have quite a few, such as New York, Massachusetts, on the West Coast in California, and down south, you have the biggest shining star of all. That's going to be right where the University of North Texas, or UNT, is located. So first, why should you study in the United States? Well, for great reasons. You can grow a global professional network. You have access to leading universities, program and curriculum choice. We are extremely flexible in the courses that you can take. If you're interested in two items, such as computer science and artificial intelligence, you're more than welcome to take studies in both fields. And finally, that US campus experience. There's really nothing quite like this in the entire world. And later on in the slides, I'll be able to show you some pictures of our university and a little bit more about that campus experience. So when international students tend to think of studying in the United States, there's typically four main states that we tend to think of. It's going to be on your East Coast, New York and Massachusetts, on your West Coast in California, and down south in Texas. Currently in Texas, we have over 86,000 international students that join us in studying at universities in Texas. So of course, that number continues to grow every single day as we continue to receive great students just like you all. So why should you study in specifically North Texas? Another four great reasons. One, we have a thriving economy as we are located within the Dallas-Fort Worth or DFW Metroplex. We have really great access to major cities such as Dallas, Texas, and Fort Worth, Texas. Also, we have great global connections. In the next slides, I'll be able to chat a little bit more about these global connections. Of course, we have great warm, sunshiny climate. We have great sunny weather, almost 365 days out of the year. So very similar climates to those in Nepal, India, Vietnam. And finally, we have extremely affordable cost of living. And I'll be able to chat more about that in the next slides as well.
Okay, so one of the thing I wanted to add here was if you come to DFW area, you're not gonna miss the food from your home country. We do have a lot of South Asian community here and a lot of good South Asian restaurant here.
Yes, so next slides. I know that there are all of you joining from all across the world. What I've done is I've put the size of Texas in size comparison to some of the countries that you may be coming from, such as India, Bangladesh, Nepal, Vietnam. As you can see, Texas is a huge state. We are actually the largest state within the United States. So you can see for certain countries, such as Nepal, such as Bangladesh, we are about almost 5 times the size of these countries. And even Nepal, oh, I'm sorry, not Nepal, Vietnam, we're about 2 times the size of Vietnam. Now, India, we're a little bit smaller than India, but I just really wanted to show this size comparison because that just really goes to show how many opportunities that you'll have in Texas. Now, the next picture that you see here is going to be of our Dallas-Fort Worth or DFW International Airport. Now, this is about 40 minutes drive from our UNT campus with plenty of great transportation opportunities to bring you to and from here. Now, unfortunately, not a direct flight for many countries. However, we have opportunities for us to go visit back to our home countries in the morning, afternoon, evening. There's always chances for you to visit with your home country, as well as have your family come to visit you as well. At this DFW airport, we have 7 runways. So at any given time, we can have 2 planes landing, 2 planes taking off at the exact same time. We have over 150,000 people that travel in and out of this airport every single day. So, of course, you may be wondering, where are all these people going to? Well, in the next slide, um, we go to many great cities such as Dallas, Texas. So what you see here is a picture of Dallas, Texas. Now, Dallas, Texas has a population of 7.6 million people. Um, it is very, very similar to that of New York. We're just maybe not as overcrowded, but we do have the same kind of city lifestyle. We have so many events happening every single day. Dallas, Texas is also the insurance capital of the United States. So, what that means is plenty of opportunities to work in insurance. It could be healthcare insurance, car insurance. As you know, in the United States, they're very serious about their insurance. As well as in Dallas, Texas, you have job opportunities in so many different companies. And at UNT, we are very well connected with some of the top companies in the area, such as Toyota, Meta, Lockheed Martin, Dallas, Texas. This is also maybe about 35, 40 minutes drive from our campus. And of course, we have direct trams that go directly from our campus into Dallas, Texas. So maybe some of our students just want to get away for a weekend, kind of enjoy the city lifestyle. You're more than welcome to absolutely do that. So why should you study specifically at the University of North Texas, or UNT? Well, 4 great reasons again. The first one, we are a top research ranking university. We are actually in the top 60 universities in the entire United States. That is one of the research universities. Now, what this means for all of our students, especially in STEM designated programs, when I say STEM, that's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, you have access to some of the top research facilities on our campus, as well as learning one-on-one with world-renowned researchers right here on our campus. Second, we have a very large, diverse campus. At UNT, we have over 46,000 students. Out of those 46,000 students, we have over 8,000 of those students are going to be international students. And if I can go back just one more real quickly.
Back.
Yeah, back real quick. There we go. And we also have leading faculty and programs. We have over 89 of our programs are nationally recognized. And finally, high value and low cost. And of course, I will get into exactly our costs later on in the slides as well. Next slide, please. So at UNT, we are located in Denton, Texas. Now, Denton, Texas is a very small college town. Oh, I'm sorry, just one more back, please. Thank you so much. Denton, Texas is more of a smaller college town. The majority of the people who work in Denton, the majority of people who live in Denton, Texas, either work at UNT or we study at UNT. So it's very, very focused on just the university. What you see here is a picture of our Denton City Square. This is about 10 minutes walk from our campus. So lots of students love to come here, maybe in between classes, to grab a good cup of coffee, or maybe just a little sweet treat of ice cream. As you can see on the sides, we have lots of great shops, boutiques, little eateries. Lots of our students, like I said, we have great sunshine weather all year round. So you can see lots of our students come out there. Maybe they're studying on the lawn, or maybe they're just grabbing a quick chat with a friend. But yes, this is Denton, Texas. We are an extremely safe college town. Next slide, please. So here what is a picture of our campus. Now, unfortunately, because our campus is over 900 acres wide and long, I can't get the entire campus in just one picture. So what you see here is just a picture of some of the main parts on campus. At UNT, like I said, over 46,000 students that study here right now, and actually over 8,000 of those students are going to be international students. So we are an extremely diverse campus, as well as we have access to some of the top facilities on campus, such as our athletic complex, our great University Union, which has some tasty foods like the Starbucks, the Burger King. We have 14 dormitories for students to live in on campus, as well as 7 different libraries. One of them is 24/7. So even if you wanted to study at 3 in the morning for your upcoming final, you're more than welcome to do so. At UNT, we also are an extremely safe and green tree lined campus. When I say extremely safe, what that means is our students also have access to our healthcare um, system. So what that means is our students can go and visit the doctor for absolutely for free. You also have access to UNT Police Department. So we have police department just for UNT in addition to the city of Denton. So double the safety. At UNT, we have so many different student organizations, which I'll show some pictures of in the next couple slides as well. But there's so many different ways to get involved on and off campus here at UNT. So here are some of the next slides have those great student organizations that I mentioned earlier. For all of our students that are joining us, if you see your country here, please feel free to go ahead and follow them on social medias. I have their Instagram, Facebook group, for some of them, even their Twitter or X pages. Feel free to follow them, reach out to them, or even just kind of see some of the events that they're doing. Lots of our student organizations are extremely involved and very well connected with our communities here. At UNT right now, we have over 300 students from Nepal. So if you're joining us here from Nepal today, feel free to follow that Instagram page. I know that they've recently had an event where one of their alumni is now a director at Bank of America, and they just had a resume building workshop. So when I say our students are very well connected, I really do mean it. Next slide, please. For all of our students joining us from Bangladesh, right now we have over 65 students from Bangladesh, and here is your Facebook page for that. Right now at UNT, over 75 students from Pakistan. So we have Instagram, Facebook group. I love this picture of them. They actually host a campfire/bonfire every semester, kind of wrapping up that semester, hanging out, making new friends, talking about their classes, just talking about their life here at UNT. It's really great to see when all of our students get to hang out with each other. Now at UNT, we have over 3,000 students from India. So if you're from India, definitely follow that Instagram page. They are extremely active here on campus. And finally, for those that are joining us from Vietnam, right now we have over 190 students from Vietnam. Feel free to follow that Instagram, Facebook page. Here is a picture of our Vietnamese Student Association. They are actually out at a fundraiser that they hosted for a local nonprofit organization. So as you can see, students, you have opportunities that are endless to be involved in many different ways on and off campus here at UNT. So next at UNT, I wanted to talk a little bit about our trending majors of the future. At UNT, we offer 112 bachelor's degrees, 94 master's, and 38 doctoral degree programs here at UNT. Now, in the next couple of slides, what I will do is I'll go over the trending majors of the future that we've seen our international students kind of lean towards. However, if you do not see a major that is of interest to you, There is no worries at UNT. We have various degrees in different academic fields. So I'm more than happy to help you find something that you think would be a good fit for you. So first, trending in analytics, we have advanced data analytics, business analytics, data engineering, data science, digital media analysis, and actuarial science. One really great major I want to point out right now is digital media analysis. Now, I see a lot of you in the comments are joining us from Facebook. I know a lot of students are very, very focused on social media. Well, guess what? There is a major where you can work in the analytics field in social media. Right now, I know even TikTok opened up TikTok Shop recently. So that's also a degree where you could work in something such as that. We also have Meta, which is located very closely to us. That's also something where you could work at. But digital media analysis is definitely one of those trending majors right now that we see. Next, trending in engineering, we have material science, biomedical engineering, robotics and energy, data engineering, artificial intelligence or AI, and cybersecurity. Now, I know a lot of us are still very traditional, wanting to get computer science. I just wanted to say artificial intelligence and cybersecurity are two majors that are really rising in the industry right now. For example, we went out and visited the Toyota headquarters, which is very close to UNT campus. And they've told us, Courtney, we actually have so many computer science majors. We're really looking to diversify our workforce right now. And that's going to be with those majors of the future in AI and cybersecurity. So, students, if you're interested in computer science, maybe also look into AI and cybersecurity as an option as well. Next, trending in healthcare, we have genomics and biochemistry, biomedical engineering, kinesiology and nutrition, health admin and informatics, applied gerontology, and mental health and addiction. Another two really great majors of the future. First one is going to be biomedical engineering. Biomedical engineering is going to be for those who want to work in engineering, but they want to work in the healthcare industry. So, for example, one of my friends actually graduated from UNT with this biomedical engineering degree. Now she's working at one of the top cancer research institutes within the entire nation. So, this degree program offers students really, really great job opportunities, helping others in the healthcare industry. Another great one is going to be that health admin and informatics degree program. I know a lot of students, we had the pandemic, we've seen exactly what that can do. The people that really, really stepped up during that time is going to be health admins and informatics personnel. These are going to be for students, maybe you don't want to become a doctor or a surgeon, but you still want to work in the healthcare industry. But these people, you work with the information systems, you work kind of behind the scenes. So when you really think about it, without these people, the hospitals, pediatric cares, any healthcare industries will not be able to run their day-to-day operations as such. So a very, very important major, especially now after the pandemic. And finally, trending in business, we have risk and insurance, supply chain and logistics, digital retail and blockchain, business analytics, knowledge management, and insurance entrepreneurship. As Dallas, Texas is the insurance capital of the United States, a lot of our students have actually applied for these risk and insurance degree programs because they are very, very well connected within the College of Business. Actually, the person who is named after the College of Business owns one of the top insurance firms in the Dallas Fort Worth area. Another great one is supply chain and logistics. Now, this you can work in any kind of industry from healthcare to aviation. I know I showed you all that picture of our ginormous Dallas Fort Worth airport earlier. There is definitely a need for supply chain and logistics people who are looking to kind of go into the field in these specific areas. So, another great two majors of the future. So next, we're going to get into what the university needs and what the government needs for admission into any university in the United States. So this is not going to be just for UNT. This is going to be for any admission in the United States, in Texas, at UNT. I'll go over exactly all of these just so you guys have a good information of what these universities will expect from you. On the university, sorry.
Sorry.
On the university side, 6 things. We're looking for your transcript. That's just to make sure that you were a good student during your schooling. Your diploma or your degree certificate. This is to make sure that you finished your school. Entry tests. Now for undergraduates, this is going to be your SAT or your ACT test. At UNT, for undergrads, we are completely test optional. So if you have taken the SAT and you received a good score, when I say good score, 1190 and above, then please go ahead and report that and let us know, just because it can lead to scholarship opportunities. However, you took SAT, maybe you got a lower score and you don't feel like taking SAT again, that's okay. We don't have to have SAT to get an acceptance into UNT. For graduate students, this could be your GRE or your GMAT test scores. Now, for graduate students, it's very important that you look at your admission requirements for your specific degree program. At UNT, GRE is required for some programs, such as in the College of Engineering, your master's in computer science, AI, biomedical engineering. However, there's some programs that don't require GRE at UNT, such as master's in data science, information science. So really double check to make sure what exactly your program is looking for if you're a graduate student. Now, for all of our students, undergrads and grads, you will need your English language proficiency. This could be through your English language test scores, your IELTS, TOEFL, Duolingo, and I'll be able to go ahead and let you know scores of that in the upcoming slides as well. For undergrads, these last 2 are optional at UNT. The first one is going to be your essay or a personal statement. Now, I know it says essay, but please, it is not a 5-page paper. It's only 750 words, so very, very short paragraph. A personal statement is really just wanting to know more about your work experience, why you're interested in the degree program. If you have any research or internship experience, that's also a very, very good thing to put in the personal statement. And finally, for graduates, especially those letters of recommendation or your references, these are going to be that for people that could just vouch on your behalf that you'll be a good student at university. On the government side, 4 things. The passport, they just want to make sure that you are who you say you are. Your visa interview, making sure that you'll be able to come to the United States to study. Third, your finances. Now, sometimes they think that we just have giant bags of money laying around. I don't know why they think that. And if you have one of those bags, go ahead and slide me one of those bags of money. At UNT, I'll definitely talk about our finances, tuition, cost of living in the upcoming slides as well. And finally, vaccinations. This is just to make sure that you're not going to be a health risk to yourself or to other students here. At UNT, we do require bacterial meningitis shot. And of course, that's free for all of our students that come to us. Now, for English language test scores, undergrads and grads, it is exactly same scores. So this is the UNT minimum score, all you need to pass your minimum English language proficiency requirements. So TOEFL, minimum 79, IELTS 6.0 overall, Pearson 53, and Duolingo 100. We do offer other test scores. So if you've taken SAT and you've gotten good scores, or Cambridge, I know they're not so popular anymore, but you can still apply to UNT with those test scores. Now, if you're looking at these test scores and you're thinking, I don't quite meet these minimum test scores, that's okay. At UNT, we actually have the Intensive English Language Institute, or the IELI program. This is going to be for students that maybe you want to learn English, or maybe you just kind of want to brush up on your English skills just a little bit. At IELI for undergrads, this comes with conditional admission into UNT. So what that means is once you've finished IELI, you get to go straight into working on your degree program here at UNT. So IELI, definitely a great option for those that are looking to maybe just work on English just a little bit more. Now let's get into cost. So here I have put a map of all of those states and their average cost of living. So I mentioned earlier in the slides, 4 states where lots of students love to come from: New York, Massachusetts, and California, and of course the great state of Texas. Unfortunately, the East Coast and the West Coast are going to be some of the top 2 most expensive places to have your cost of living. New York, Massachusetts, 17, 18, $19,000 per year. On the West Coast, living in California, $21,000, $22,000 per year in just cost of living. Texas, actually, we are very affordable. We've had so many people move from New York, from California recently, as well as some major headquarters relocate to Texas, such as Tesla, just because of how affordable our cost of living is. In Texas, average is about $1,000 per month, so $12,000 per year in cost of living. Now, next we'll get into tuition. I also have a graph here of the average public tuition for universities in the United States. The average public tuition in Texas is about $27,000 per year. At UNT, however, very affordable. We are on average for out of state is about $21,000 per year. So as you can see, UNT, where UNT is located on the graph, you could bring that line and you can see that some states charge double or almost even triple in the amount of tuition that UNT charges. So for out of state tuition is $21,000 per year. Now, I know I said out of state is about $21,000 per year. However, at Texas, if you receive at least $1,000 in scholarship to any public university, you will then receive in-state Texas tuition. So not just UNT, any other public universities in Texas as well. $1,000 scholarship is all you need to receive in-state Texas tuition. Now, when I say in-state Texas tuition, this means that you pay the same exact price that the Texas students do for their schools. So at UNT, it goes from about $21,000 per year to in-state Texas tuition is about $12,000 per year. At UNT, undergrads, a really great way for you to qualify for this is through our UNT Academic Excellence Scholarship. This is a scholarship that is based on merit. So if you have great SAT or ACT scores, when I say great SAT scores, 1190 and above, or if you have a really good GPA, when I say that, 3.2 and above GPA. If you have one of those, you don't have to have both. If you have one, you are automatically eligible for at least $1,000 in scholarship for that UNT Academic Excellence Scholarship. Now, of course, the better your GPA is, the better your SAT scores are, the more funding that you can get in that scholarship. This specific scholarship goes all the way up to $12,000 per year. So, of course, you want to be eligible for this scholarship. Keep in mind what you want to do. I know it is February 3rd today, maybe February 4th in some countries. Look into applying as soon as possible. For the UNT Academic Excellence Scholarship, you want to apply and be admitted into UNT by March 1st. So you still have about 1 month until March 1st deadline. So apply and be admitted into UNT by that March 1st deadline. It will make your tuition go from about $21,000 to about $12,000. And of course, whatever scholarship amount you receive, $1,000, $6,000, $9,000, $12,000, just subtract that from your $12,000 and that's how much you have remaining for tuition for that year. This is completely renewable every single year up to 4 years. Maybe you didn't get it your first year. You can get it your second year, your third year, your fourth year. All you have to do once you are in UNT is just maintain 3.0 GPA. Now, graduate students, we don't have UNT academic excellence. However, we do have other scholarships for your specific department. And we have our assistantships. I know graduate students look at assistantships just because you can get work experience and funding through an assistantship. Now, if you're interested in an assistantship, reach out to your professors. What you'll do when you apply to UNT, you're definitely more than able to look at our UNT faculty members. They also have their background, their research, their work experience, what universities they came from. You can absolutely reach out to those professors, let them know that this is something that you're interested in, and receive that assistantship. An assistantship, any assistantship that you receive, graduate students, you will also automatically get in-state Texas tuition. Graduate students, out of state is about $18,000 per year. If you receive at least $1,000 in scholarship or an assistantship, you get the in-state Texas tuition for graduate students, which is about $11,000 per year. So those are two really great ways for undergrads and grads to qualify for that in-state Texas tuition here at UNT. Now we have the average temperature by state, and in the next slides, I'll be able to show you some wonderful pictures of UNT. Average temperature by state in the southern half, we are very, very warm, temperate climate, very similar to where some of you all are joining us from, Nepal, India, Vietnam. In the northern half, it's very, very cold. I'm talking snow will go past your knees. My brother lives all the way up in the very tip top New Hampshire. It is so cold that the water in the pipes that are buried 6 feet underground will freeze and burst. So that's how cold it is up there. Now in Texas, and especially in Denton, Texas, we do get some snow sometimes. However, it's mostly just so pretty when it falls from the sky, perfect for your Instagram picture. And then you don't have to worry about it for the rest of the day, slipping, falling, none of that sort. So yes, in Texas, very nice sunshiny climate. Now some beautiful pictures. Here's a picture of our students enjoying that nice, lovely, warm weather. In the background there is a picture of our administration building. So these are actually students where all of your applications are going to, the admissions office right there at UNT. This corridor is also called the Library Mall. So lots of students you'll see pass through here. Maybe they're going to the library, maybe they're going to grab some free coffee, free t-shirts. You see little tents there in the background. We always have something going on campus for all of our students. Next picture, one of our great facilities is our recreational gym. Now, free of use for all of our students, of course. You can see lots of really great machinery here. I don't even know what half of these things do, but our students love to use these. Great rock climbing wall. Upstairs, we have our indoor track. Back in the corners, we have our indoor basketball, soccer fields, outside outdoor tennis, outdoor sand volleyball, as well as a huge pool and jacuzzis that all of our students can use. Now, some students come here in between classes. Maybe they're doing a group workout class with Zumba or cycling, yoga, or maybe they're meeting up here on a weekend to have an outdoor exploration. They want to go kayaking, they want to go hiking or camping. That's definitely something that students can do here at UNT. And like I said, free for all of our students. So next picture is going to be of our football stadium. I know earlier in the slides I said that US campus experience is really quite unlike any other, especially in Texas. We are very, very serious about our football. So here's a picture of our football stadium at UNT. You can see everyone wearing their green, cheering on our team. Every Friday on campus, we get to wear green in support of maybe upcoming games. Maybe we just want to have support because we finally passed our midterms. Any reason to wear green is always a great reason here. At UNT, we are also an A1 athletic conference school. So what that means is we just get to play some of the other top schools and in the nation. I know that some students have even told me when they go back to their home country, they've met with their employers looking for interview and they were able to connect and bond about this experience. I had one student actually tell me that they interviewed with their manager and they actually found out that they played the manager's college at the UNT homecoming game. They did get hired, so I don't know if that helped a little bit, but just keep in mind that experience is really, really quite unlike any other. So still speaking about that experience, every college in the United States has their mascot. What they are is they're just a symbol of pride, symbol of joy that we have for all of our students. Here is a picture of UNT's mascot. His name is Scrappy the Eagle. As you can see here, he is crowd surfing at a football game through the students. He's very, very wonderful to just have on campus. For career fairs, he dresses up in a little business suit as if he's going to apply for a job. But yes, students love our Scrappy the Eagle here at UNT just because we really do love UNT, how well it connects us, and it really does feel like home and family for lots of students. So really great email for everyone that is tuning in to email us at is going to be study@unt.edu. Now I manage this email as well as all of my international student workers in my office. So if you want to reach out in Vietnamese, you want to speak to someone in Nepali, we are more than happy to take your emails, take your questions, and also meet with you via Zoom if you would like to as well. Any questions that you have regarding the admission process, we're more than happy to answer you here. Study@unt.edu. So that concludes my presentation about studying in Texas at the University of North Texas, or UNT. And we are more than grateful to have you all here today. I really want to thank you guys for taking the time to tune into this presentation. So thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, Courtney. It was really good presentation. With that being said, I will move to some of the questions. I think one of the common questions we get is uh, is on-campus residency compulsory at UNT for undergraduate student, or is it more optional?
So for undergrads, first-time freshman students, it is required to stay on campus. When you stay on campus, you really do get involved, engulfed in the campus culture. It's actually a little easier for people to stay on campus rather than off campus, just because you can just get up and walk 5 minutes and then you're at the library. You can get up, walk 5 minutes, and you're in our food court. That's also a great way for you to connect with other students at UNT. But yes, undergrads, it's definitely required first year. If you're not first year in your second year, third year, fourth year, or if you're a graduate student, it's not required.
Okay, awesome. All right, somebody had asked, how is the computer science program at UNT?
Yes. So, computer science for undergrads and grads, it is definitely a competitive major here at UNT. For undergraduates, if you apply to UNT as an undergrad, the only requirements that you need for undergrad is just 2.0 GPA. Now, that's going to be for all of our degree programs here at UNT. All you need undergrad 2.0 GPA. When you apply to UNT, you will be listed as pre-computer science. Now, what that means is in your first year, you take a lot of prerequisites as well as UNT computer science courses at UNT. Once you've passed all those courses, you will then get bumped from pre-computer science to computer science. That's all you have for your bachelor's degree. Graduate students, it is a little bit more competitive of a major. Computer science, GRE or GMAT test scores are required. There is no waiver. College of Engineering, like I said, is very, very competitive. Just this past spring, they've received thousands of applications, and there's not that many spaces in the program. So, of course, if you're interested in computer science for graduate, definitely apply sooner rather than later. I know for computer science, you want to try and apply by April 15th. And that's also going to be for all of our programs in College of Engineering. April 15th, you want to apply. So yes, definitely it's a little bit competitive, but I know lots of our students are very, very smart and get that acceptance into that program.
Okay, all right. So, what is the cost to attend graduate school at UNT?
Yes, so graduates out of state is going to be 18,000 per year. If you do receive at least $1,000 in scholarship at UNT, or if you get an assistantship, now this could be a research, teaching fellow, teaching assistant, graduate services assistant, you will automatically get the in-state Texas tuition as well. In-state is about $11,000 per year for graduate students.
Okay, awesome. I know you mentioned about the business analytics before. Is GRE or GMAT score required for business analytics for a graduate program?
So, business analytics in the College of Business, GRE or GMAT test scores are going to be required. However, in College of Business, they do offer GRE or GMAT test waiver. How you can apply for this is you have to have at least 3.5 and above GPA. So, if you have a 3.5 and above GPA, you do not have to take the GRE or GMAT test.
Okay, awesome. All right, so can you talk about the timing? Like, how long does it take to get the acceptance, maybe scholarship decision and I-20?
Yes. Okay. So for applications for you to get a decision, undergraduates, we can give you a decision within 3 to 5 business days. This is after you've completed your application. So when I say completed the application, that means you sent in all of your documents. So your transcripts, your tests, your English language test scores. Once your application is marked as complete within the UNT portal, which you'll get access to after you apply, we can give you a decision within 3 to 5 business days. For graduate students, same thing. We want you to get your materials in. Once your application is marked as completed in the portal, graduate students, your application will go from the admissions office to that specific department. Now, for graduate students, it can take up to 1 month for you to get an admissions decision, just because once it goes to the department, the faculty have to make a good time to meet to go over applications. So, of course, they have to work around their schedules in order to be able to meet. But graduate students, yes, definitely can get your admissions decision, especially if you've had those documents already submitted and your application is complete within 1 month.
Okay, awesome. I think a lot of students are asking about graduate funding. So what I wanted to mention is for graduate funding, there is no any direct funding from the graduate admissions. It's more department specific. So there might be some scholarship more designated by department. You may able to get those scholarship, or you can contact your faculty member. You may get hired as an assistant, maybe teaching assistant, research assistant. So either you get a scholarship from department or you get one of the assistantship. You will be eligible for in-state tuition rate. That will make your tuition around $11,000 per year. Is that right, Courtney?
Yes, that's absolutely right.
Right. So it is not automatic. It might be a bit competitive. You might have to look your department website, what kind of scholars they offer. Some of them may require some extra material as well. I think all of those scholars are listed in Eagle portal. Is that right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So when you're accepted to UNT, you have access, both undergrads and graduates, to our Eagle Scholarship portal. Now, all of those scholarships those are going to be something that you apply to on your own. They have their own admission requirements. So you may have to have a separate application or you have to meet those eligibility requirements. I always recommend students to apply for those scholarships just because you can, there's actually not many people that apply for it. So it really is money that kind of just sits there and waits for somebody to apply. All you have to do is go into Eagle Scholarship Portal, apply to however many scholarships that you want. I know one of our questions is, when do we get scholarship decision? Scholarship decision, the UNT Financial Aid and Scholarships Office, they actually just started to release scholarship decisions. How they award scholarship is it's all first come, first serve. So I really want to emphasize to apply as soon as possible, just because when I say first come, first serve, they literally go down the line of in the order of students that have applied, and they'll provide funding that way. However, scholarships, we've seen students start to get some scholarships already. The big push for scholarships is going to be in March. So if you haven't received scholarship quite yet, no worries. They wait until that March 1st deadline. And in March is when they start to push out a lot of scholarships for students.
Okay. Um, awesome. I think a lot of these questions, I think you have already answered them in this webinar. So I request the student, maybe you go back and watch the recorded webinar. It will be posted in our social media page. And also for the application fee waiver, if you apply through ISN for undergraduate students who are waiving 100% application fee, please go ahead and fill out uz.isn study form. And for all the other students, we do have offer for the scholarship. This is external award. This will not make you eligible for institution rate. This is completely supported and funded by our company. So for that, you may want to fill out scholarships.isnstudy.com. Uh, like I said before, for master student scholarship not automatic. As far as I understand, you will need to reach out to department and apply for the departmental scholarship. And one of the student also asked for the transfer scholarship program.
Yes. So transfer students, you also have access to that UNT Academic Excellence Scholarship. Transfer students, if you go online and look up Transfer Excellence Scholarship UNT, it will tell you exactly how much GPA you need for the scholarship. Transfers, you have it a little more easier. You're able to see exactly what GPA you'll get and exactly how much funding that you'll get. I wish they did that for undergrads as well for freshmen. But yes, go online, UNT Transfer Excellence Scholarship, and you'll be able to look up how much scholarship that you can get.
Okay, yeah. One of the thing I wanted to mention, if you are right now studying bachelor in your home country, maybe you are thinking to apply as a master's, maybe you want to consider applying as transfer. Let's say if you are interested in computer science program, getting the admission not just at University of North Texas, most of the university in Texas, computer science program is in really high demand and it's really competitive. But as a transfer student, let's say if you apply as a transfer student, you can easily get the admissions. And for the scholarship, if you do have 3.0 GPA, you can get institution rate. So it's really beneficial. Especially if your degree is recognized in your home country, it most of the course will be transferred to the US universities, including University of North Texas. And I think at UNT, you don't even require to submit any third-party evaluation. I think UNT have their own evaluation team to evaluate your transcript and make US equivalent.
Mhm.
Okay. Uh, yeah, a lot of questions we are getting regarding the business analytics. I would again like to say that for the business analytics, GRE, GMAT is not web, but there are certain waiver that might be applicable, but those are really competitive. And for scholarship as well, there is no any automatic scholarship. You might have to apply for the departmental scholarship. Uh, I think one of the interesting questions I saw was what are some of the challenges that international students face at the University of North Texas?
Yes, of course. So, challenges, I know when you're coming from your home country to a new country, and especially to this new lifestyle of in college, there are going to be some challenges that you may face, such as registering for courses, trying to find out where your courses are, connecting with professors on campus. We also have some students that end up feeling homesick because they've been away from their home countries for some time. At UNT, we absolutely work with our students to try to avoid and mend any challenges that they have. So at UNT, we have a whole entire building dedicated to just international affairs. So in there, we have international student advisors. Maybe you need help registering for classes. Maybe you need help to talk to someone about, am I in eligibility status for my I-20? Anybody within our building will always be more than happy to talk with our students regarding any issues that they have. For example, recently I have students that just come to my office. They talk about challenges that they have with their internship, and how can they go about doing so. Now, I'm in international recruitment. I don't work with, OPT, CPT, but I'm more than happy to help students in any way they can. I'm always more than happy to offer a listening ear. Anything that people want to talk about, I'm more than happy to talk with them. As well as at UNT, we also have many, many events so we can make sure that students don't feel homesick. We just had an event for discovering Puerto Rico. We're having an event next week for discovering Vietnam. We also have our international student support circle. So if you're feeling these feelings of you're homesick, you're feeling unsure of your decision, these are definitely resources that students can utilize when they come to campus. Of course, all of this free for all of our students to just talk with other international students, because I want to emphasize that you're not going to be alone in this process. At UNT, like I said, we have over 8,000 international students. So there's no way that you're going to be the only one having these kinds of feelings and challenges at UNT.
Yeah, UNT International Affair office is really active. You can even follow them in, I think, Instagram. They do
Mhm.
post a lot about their events. I was seeing at the moment it's a tax season in the US, and they are, I think, having a webinar or some session to help students to file their taxes. So I think it's really good to have some kind of department dedicated for international students to make that transition to the US really easy. That's really good. I think if you search UNT International Affair in Instagram, you can find their page, I think.
Yes.
Yep. All right. I think that's all. I think all the rest of the question you can go back and watch this webinar. This webinar was really good. So I would like to thank Courtney. Thank you so much for this webinar. And thank you all the students. We look forward to reviewing your application. Please go ahead and apply. And if you have already applied to UNT, please feel free to apply for our scholarship, and in the future also we'll bring similar webinar to you. We'll do more webinar in future with UNT. So thank you everyone. You have a good night. I think it's a night time in most of the areas. It's morning here, so thank you so much. Thank you everyone.
All right. Thank you so much, Nishal. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you.
All right, bye bye.
Bye bye.